La 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 Kannari na.
Good morning, my dear students. Welcome for to the online class. Let we continue the unit 3 lesson, the impact of British rule in India. Next, constitutional acts. So already in the previous class we have understood about the regulating act. Why do the regulating act implemented by the British government on English East India Company, and what are the rules and regulation modified on the company by the British Parliament, that we come to know. So now we are going to study about another one act which was introduced in 1784. It is known as Pitt's India Act. So what changes were brought in this act means, before there was no board of controllers for the English East India Company. So the British Parliament, what it made, so it made a board of controllers consisting of 6 commissioners was started, and in the place of a board of directors, when they brought board of controllers, they started to look after the development of land tax, military, civil areas, and broad control came into existence in the board of directors. This act declared that Indians have attained their paramount power in the name of British Empire only, but not their own. What is the meaning of this sentence? Means the name of India become very popular in the world due to the impact of British Empire, so that they started to highlight in the society, and political rights of the Indians were curtailed conclusively. It declared that area under the position of English East India Company are the integral part of the British Empire. But before to the 1784 there was no word at all of British Empire, only the English East India Company was ruling. But in the 1784 time, what happened, the direct administration of the English East India Company was not independent. It is going to be controlled by the British Empire, that day by day the board of directors through the Parliament of British started to control the English East India Company. So further there are charter acts were introduced in India. Total there were 4 charter act was introduced, one in 1793, another one in 1813 and 1833 and 1853. But in 1793 there is no any more changes were brought under the charter act. But in the Charter Act of 1813, some important changes were brought by the British Parliament on the English East India Company. So what were the rules and regulations were modified and implemented in the Charter Act of 1813 means, before the company was not getting any regular permission to run the administration of India. But in 1813, after what happened, if the English East India Company has to continue its trade or it want to administrate the India, it need the permission of British Empire. So that permission is called as a license. So the 20-year tenure they made for the English East India Company, they have to pay some amount for the British Empire, then only the company can continue the trade. Like this, some changes were brought in the Charter Act of 1813. With this, the free trade era started in India. Not only the Britishers, if anyone has to may have the interest to open the trade in India, they have to take the permission from the British Empire. This kind of changes were modified. In the place of board of directors, what the power was vested, it was transferred for to the Governor General and the Commander in the Chief. The churches were allowed. Before, the church were not allowed to open the school, colleges, or any missionaries, or maybe the religion spreading purpose the church to establish. There was no permission at all. But in 1813, what happened? The Christian missionaries got permission directly from the British Parliament to look after the educational development of the Indians and to convert them for to the Christianity. So these are some kind of a changes were brought by the fact of an 1813. And next, another one important act was implemented by the British Parliament on English East India Company. It is known as Charter Act of 1833. According to the Charter Act of 1833, the license of English East India Company in India further extended for another 20 years. And the Governor General of Bengal was named as a Governor General of India instead of a Bengal. So he is a representative of whole India. That changes were brought. And to support for the Governor General in the administration, so many executive committee members were appointed for the administration of whole India. The central government of Bengal had final right to decide issue of war, peace, diplomatic relation with the princely states of India. Means Bengal became the central government during the time of 1833 Fix India Act. And not only that, the Governor General was mandated to put a difference of opinion with executive members in writing whenever he differed with the majority opinion. Means he cannot be taking alone decision. He want to take the support of executive committee in the direction of administration or in the issues of like war, peace and any diplomatic relation with the princely states. And the act barred any discrimination based on religion, birth and skin color. So no discrimination hereafter India. People should not continue. That they were brought. And the Governor General appoint of law professional as members is executive committee. Those who have completed their barrister course or a lawyer course. So any one of the good personality lawyer can be appointed for a professional help for to the Governor General. He will be representing in executive committee. All the British companies were allowed to trade relationship in India. Before only the English East India Company got permission. Thereafter, number of companies in England were started to have a link with the India for making of different kind of trade activities. Like this, the Charter Act of 1333 so become more light in the internal situation of India as well as development of present development of England. It took in the place of 1830. And next, the another important constitutional development was took during the time of 1858 to 1947. So these are all acts are known as a British government acts. So already you know what happened in the year 1857. What happened? Do you know 1857, my dear students? In 1857, the Indians all together made a big attempt to make the Britishers to defeat and to vacate from India. So in the history of India, it is considered as a first war of Indian independence, where the British historians called this incident as a Sipahi mutiny. But later, after 1857, the British government come to know winning the heart of the Indians. It is not possible to rule or administrate India very easily. So the British Queen Elizabeth visited for to the India, and she made convenience message for to the Indians, providing a dominion status for to the Indians in the diplomatic development or in a political development of every individual. So it is also considered in the Indian history as a charter act. So in after the 1857 there were many rules and regulation implemented by the different kind of Indian government act, either it is 1858, 1861, 1892, 1909, 1919 and 1935. So these are all kind of acts brought major changes in the development of Indian political changes. So let us study in the 1858 the Government of India Act, what changes were brought by the British government in India. According to the 1858, the Indian Government Act, the license of English East India Company was cancelled and the administration of the whole India were going to rule in the representative of the British Parliament, appointing as one post instead of Governor General Viceroy. Means the whole administration of India did not look after by Governor General. In the change of Governor General place, one more post was created, that is called as a Viceroy. Viceroy is a representative of England Queen in India. A new post was called Secretary of State for India, was created in the British government. This secretary, he is the British cabinet and was responsible for the administration of India. The Council of India was created in order to assist the secretary, the administration. The council had 15 members. Like this, Indian problems purpose, Indian administration purpose, a separate wing in the England Parliament was created from the year 1858. These are all the changes we are going to look up. Now another one act was introduced in the year 1861. It is known as Indian Council Act. According to the Indian Council Act, the Indians were allowed to participate in the process creating a law. Before there was no any kind of a power or maybe any kind of a freedom that Indian should have the power to attend in the preparation of rules and regulation. In order to understand the aspiration of Indians, representation of Indians were given chance in the time of development of rules and regulation. This is also called as policy of assertion. So under this act, what happened? Indians were nominated to the Council of Viceroy as non-official members. We can suggest, but our opinion can be taken in the modification of rules and regulation. Either way, it can be rejected. This can indirectly the Indians were used for taking the support in the preparation of an Indian constitution. Viceroy was authorized to proclaim ordinance in the case of emergency. Ordinance means what? Sugrivagne. So he can also declare any kind of an ordinance during the time of any critical situations, whenever he is going to face administration difficulty to look after. And the year 1892, another one act was implemented by the British Parliament on Indian Council. It is known as the Indian Council of 1892. This act further extended participations of Indians in the legislative body. Means already in 1861 the participation of Indians in the preparation of constitution was taken, but number of members were increased in the year 1892, and the expansion and it was started. The administration of administration of India were come somewhat control under the ideas of Indians. The number of additional members in the regional and central legislative body was increased. The legislative council authority was increased further by allowing discussion on a budget related issues. And budget means what? For 1 year, the development of a nation, what the amount is required what are the source are required, that all it is going to announce in the paper or in the session of the parliament. So this kind of open discussion with the Indians were started during the time of 1892. Provision was made to question the government on public issues by serving 6 days notice in advance. If any Indian or any educated person, if he is having any enquiry over the budget, so 6 days time will be given for to raise the question against with the government public issues. Like this, what happened, the some changes started to bring in the political development of Indians, and administrative knowledge for to the Indians started to provide from 1861 to 1892. 1861, Indian representatives are added in the preparation of an constitutional in some non-official matter. But in 1892, what happened, in official matters also the opinion of the Indians started to collect. So these are some changes we are going to see. So now whatever I have explained the content regarding to the acts, so once you read the textbook properly, there is no need of further collecting information. What are the rules and regulations were made, so it is permanent, and it was also followed by the British government while it is administrating the India. So this you have to read very perfectly. Further, if you have any doubts regarding to any act, if you cannot understand, so question in the WhatsApp and send to me. I will try to solve your problems. So until, keep watching the video, be safe. So the next other acts of 1909 and 1919, 1935, in the coming videos I will explain with your notes of this lesson. So please, views are going to come day by day very less. So watch the video and make inspiration for to your friends regarding to the classes what we are going to do and what we are going to send for to your group. So make them to ask some information related to your text. Either make them to listen towards to the videos and the notes to be touch with the syllabus. Because if the school opened immediately, so you are going to face very much problem regarding to the studies. So precautions we have to take and you have to follow up. So thank you listening, keep watching, goodbye.